It's Monday, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do a word ladder. So, we're going to practice some of our vocabulary and some of our word work. So, this is the word ladder, and I'll put a copy of it down in the details about this video. So, if you want to print it out and fill it out, you can. If not, you can just do it with me right now. You can use a piece of paper, or I like to use the magnetic refrigerator letters to help me when I spell so I can move them around. But you choose whatever you would like to do. So we're going to complete this word ladder today. It's called the Woody Wonder. And I chose it because this week is Earth Day week. And so this kind of goes along with the theme that I'm working on for the whole entire week. So we're going to start off with the word chop. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to have my magnetic letters over here. And this is my refrigerator magnet sheet. And I started with the word chop right here. So I can use these magnet letters to make my words. You can find some of these things online as well. I think ABC has a refrigerator magnet letter page so that you could use that as well. So we're going to start with this. So we always have clues when we do our word ladders. And our first clue is we're going to take this word chop and we are going to change one letter in the word chop to make a new word. And the new word has to mean the small piece of wood or stone. So when you take a small piece of wood or stone, we call that what? So let's change one letter in chop. We make the word chip. So we're going to change the O to an I, and we're going to make the word chip. A chip off of the block, just a tiny little piece of it. So now we have the new word. We're going to work our way all the way up to the top of the ladder and making all different words just by changing a few. All right, a few letters, excuse me. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about changing one of the letters in chip to make another word that means a large boat. So what's a large boat called? Where we just change one letter in the word chip? It's called a ship. Hopefully you all were able to get that one. We're going to make that word ship. See how we're changing just one letter in the previous word? But the best part is that we get a little clue to tell us what that word might be. All right, the next one is we are going to actually change. We're going to take away the vowel here. So which one is the vowel? The I is the vowel. And we are going to add two vowels in its place to make a new word. And this one is an animal that gives us wool. What's the animal that gives us wool? We're going to keep the S the same. We're going to keep the H the same. And we're going to keep the P the same. But what are we going to add for our two vowels to make an animal that gives us wool? That is a sheep. Hopefully you all got that. Good job. See the words we're making? We're climbing up the ladder to make new words. All right, here, this one is really neat. We are going to take away a letter here. And I like this word because it's something we probably don't use quite a lot of. So I always like to learn some new words when I'm doing these activities. So this one, we're actually going to take a letter away from sheep to make a new word that means flow or trickle slowly. Sometimes this happens. I can tell, like outside, I can see this kind of happening in the dirt or on a wall, and I'll see water kind of trickling through it, and we call that seep. So we're going to take the H away and make the word seep. Sometimes the water seeps through the dirt or seeps through, like I have a stone wall at the end of my, where my driveway meets the dirt in my flower bed. And sometimes I can see where the water seeps down through that wall and I can see it on the driveway. So that's seep. I don't really want it to happen, but it does. All right. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a letter to the word seep, and we are going to make the word that means this is something you do when you're tired. The word is sleep. Sorry, my phone's ringing. I forgot to put it on vibrate. Let me change that real quick. Sorry about that. Real things, real things. All right, the next thing is this to me was one of the most interesting words on this whole entire one. And this is another name for a type of sailboat, which I was not aware of this. I'm going to show you a picture of this right now. This is what I'm talking about right now. Here's the type of sailboat. We're going to change 2 vowels to make a new word from the word sleep that is actually the meaning of this boat right here, the word that it names that boat. And it's called a sloop, which, by the way, I did not know that until today when I was picking a good word ladder to do. So I learned something new. So we're going to change the 2 E's and make the word sloop. I'm running out of room here, aren't I? All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take away 2 letters and we are going to make a word that means a house for chickens. And I have to tell you, this kind of goes along with my son. His name is Cooper. And a lot of the times people will call him Coop, short for Cooper, but it really means it's a house for chickens. Or his nickname, I guess, right? There you go. I'm running out of room. The next one is we're going to take this and we're going to change 1 letter here and we're going to make a new word. And it is the name of a large ring, like a hula hoop. Very good. I'm going to put it up here. A hula hoop. Just changing 1 letter. Very good. All right, almost to the end. The noise made by an owl. We're going to change 1 letter in hoop to make the noise made by an owl. And we're going to keep the H the same. I'm just going to do it up here, maybe. I'll do that up here. H the same, and the O's. And we're going to change the end of that. And we're going to change the P to a T and make the word hoot. I have to show you another picture here. When I was little, this is Woodsy Owl. When I was little, they had commercial campaigns for not polluting, which in honor of Earth Day, I think this is perfect. And this was Woodsy Owl, and he would make commercials that said, give a hoot, don't pollute. And he would do lots of commercials about how we should clean up after ourselves and we should plant trees and everything that's good for the earth. So that reminds me of Woodsy Owl. Every time I say the word hoot, I think of that. Give a hoot, don't pollute. All right, just a little extra information. And then a covering for the head. I know this is sometimes on your hoodie, sweatshirt, and we call that a hood. Sorry I ran out of room, but you get the idea. We changed the T in hoot to make the word hood. Excellent job. And then in order of our Woody Wonder, what is it? The very last clue. This comes from trees. We're going to change 1 letter in hood to make something that comes from trees. And if you said wood, you are correct. You just completed a vocabulary word work word ladder. And look at all the words that we made just from changing a few letters. And what helped us to make those words? The clues. And hopefully you learned two things today. Number one, that a sloop is a type of sailboat. And number two, that there were some really fun creatures out there teaching us not to pollute. Someday you can look up Woodsy Owl if it's okay with your parents. All right, boys and girls, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.